Now it's very unfortunate that Joel Embiid suffered a torn meniscus, and he's going to be out a while, and that's going to take him out the running for any accolades that the NBA imposed. Because if y'all remember, guys like Ben Simmons and people of his ilk was abusing the whole process when it comes to injuries, and guys were just sitting out just because. Now you had, like, I remember one particular incident where you had Zion Williamson. The guy was fully healthy. He was fully healthy, and I really don't feel like myself, and so since I don't feel like myself, I'm just not going to play tonight. That's what he literally said. I just don't feel like Zion, so I'm not going to play. So when you have continuous incidents like that, now remember also that the whole load management thing started with Greg Popovich when that game when he elected to sit Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili, and people were outraged by that. Like you had fans calling for, wanting their money back, but somehow they made Kawhi Leonard out to be the face of load management. And then you had other guys that would just routinely sit out games. I'm not talking about people who were legitimately hurt. Yeah, because I remember one incident where Kendrick Perkins ran his mouth about Kyrie Irving, talking about, oh man, Kyrie Irving didn't want to play because, he's scared to go back to Boston. And as it turns out, he had a shoulder impingement that required surgery, and then that put him out for the rest of the year. But that two-legged Rottweiler didn't even have enough class to come back and apologize for that. So outside guys like Tyrese Halliburton, who's legitimately here, he turned around and played tonight against the Knicks. And the Joel Embiid, he tore his meniscus because all people thought he was ducking Jokic in Denver. And I'm not gonna lie, I had my suspicions about that too. But what raised my antennas when he didn't play in the Utah game. No, I take that back. There was another game. It was the Portland game. It was the Portland game that Joel Embiid didn't play. So that kind of raised my suspicions a little bit. And then when he tried to play against Golden State and tear his meniscus, man, I mean, you got to feel bad for Joel Embiid in that part. But I say all that to say this because you had a lot of players complaining about the 65 game minimum you got to play, and that if they don't play a minimum of 65 game, that takes them out the running for all the NBA awards, which then in turn affects their contract situation. Some could lose as much as like $40 to $60 million, depending on the contract situation or whatever like that. But you know why I say all that? You know why I said all that? That's just tough shit. That's just tough shit. When I see people do far more stringent jobs, getting paid far less money, while all you got to do is put a ball through a basket, and you got contracts that are guaranteed in the millions of dollars. It's gonna be hard for you to convince me that I should feel sympathy for you. You're gonna, and then if you want to know why that rule's in place, because even though I don't like that buck dancer Stephen A. Smith, but on this rare occasion, he told the truth. This man right here told the truth. Now, just because he was right on this particular issue, don't mean I support him and don't mean I rock with him. But this idiot buffoon actually told the truth when it comes to the situation at hand, when it came to those players' load management. They've been getting away with shamming and scamming for years before the NBA decided to come down and drop the hammer on this stuff. The players was out there doing it. The fans was out here complaining. I know I've complained about players out here need to stop being goddamn on divas and get their asses out on the court and play. Because that's what they're paid to do. For example, when Jordan owned the I'm not Chicago Bulls, that's what he played for. But when he owned the Charlotte Hornets, you didn't hear nobody complaining about load management on the Charlotte Hornets because he flat out told them, hey, you paid to play 82 games. And once he set that baseline, you ain't heard nobody complain about, oh, load management and I need to take a spa day and all this other shit. If guys were out because they were legitimately hurt. If guys didn't play, it's because they were legitimately hurt. Now, the Charlotte Hornets suck, but that's a whole nother story within itself. But I like how that baseline was set. I mean, you're just not going to get the general public to sympathize with you guys when you guys sign these ridiculous contracts that's paying you all kinds of money and generational wealth. You're just not going to get the general public to buy off or even sympathize with you when you are here playing basketball. You're just not going to, it's just not going to happen. You know, we paying our money to come see you guys play. And if you're healthy, you need to get your ass out there. You know, for as much as I don't like James Harden, I'm not talking about him as a human, I'm talking about as a basketball player. One thing I can say about James Harden, one positive thing I can say about James Harden, he'll go out there and play. Now, how he go out there and play is a whole nother subject within itself, whether he plays like, you know, a prolific scorer or he plays like trash. But at the very least, he's going to get out there. If he's not hurt or he has a minor injury, he's going to get out there and play. You cannot attach James Harden to load management because he plays. Russell Westbrook, another guy, barring injury, a significant injury, he's going to go out there and play. But it's one of those things where the actions of a few has penalized the many. The many got to pay for the actions of a few, like Ben Simmons. And I know there were times when Kyrie Irving was hurt, but then Kyrie Irving decided to take spa days and all that. Hell, LeBron was fully healthy. This guy was at the Super Bowl, at Kendrick Lamar concerts and all that stuff. He was like, you know what? I'm out this bitch. He's not above reproach. So I ain't this guy talk about it's a stupid rule. And I don't agree with that, man. Man, it's going to be hard for you to get the general public to be on your side. When they're out here doing far more dangerous work, getting paid far less money, hardly getting any breaks, hardly getting any days off. You guys complain about playing 3 games of 4 nights or 4 games of 5 nights, but y'all claim y'all love the game. Do you really love the game or do you love the benefits that come with the game? Because you can't sit up here and talk about you love the game Well, you gotta, if you so-called love the game, then you gotta, take the peaks and valleys that come with that love. So don't sit up here and tell me, oh, you love the game so much, but then complain about, oh man, I gotta play 4 games in 5 nights. You say you love the game, right? Get your ass out there and fucking play. Don't give me stories about how you dreamt about sleeping when you was a kid. You slept with your basketball and you named your basketball Billy, and you always dreamt about hitting the game-winning shot in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. But yet, when it comes to time to get your ass out there and play, then all of a sudden now, oh, I got a little knick-knack injury. And this is not to cast aspersions or people who are legitimately hurt. This rule was put in place because the players were abusing the system. And fans are out here calling this bullshit out. That's why we have these rules in place now. Because at the end of the day, who is responsible for these guys getting the contracts they're getting? It's us, the paying customer. It's not the owner. Right? So Tyrese Halliburton, he was dead wrong in that. We talked about the owners and all that. The owners had nothing to do with that. It was the fans out here that was complaining, the paying customer. We sitting up here trying to scrounge up money just to come see y'all play, only for y'all at the 11th hour, 59th minute to turn around and say, well, I just don't feel like me tonight. I'm not going to go out there. Where we at? We in D.C. I don't want to play D.C. I mean, and then this not that you say it's not a nationally televised game. Oh, I'm definitely not playing now. Fan of the game on ESPN TNT, I'm gonna set this one up, bruh. So, if you wanna find anybody to blame, right? You players, y'all need to, look in that mirror. Look no further than your contemporaries. Don't look to the fans. Don't look to the owners. Don't look into the executives. Look amongst your contemporaries right there. And this is why this rule's in place. Now, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platform. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt.